Hey, good morning everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss Pre-Market Report for Wednesday, August 2nd, 2017. I'm Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here's a look at the daily time frame of the ES. The ES continues to hold at highs. Very tightly coiled price action. This is very reminiscent of how price looked around right here, where we were just very tightly coiled, and then very soon a big squeeze came. Again, price continues to hold above 2460 and 2450, which is an important pivot zone in the chart here in terms of market structure. Coming back to that zone would still offer a buying opportunity, but again, this is very tightly coiled price action right now, and volatility clearly tightening up here, and that could lead to expansion at some point, one way or another. If it's to the upside, we have 2,500 and the R25 for the month up above. That's going to be 2,500 right there, with a shot at seeing even more strength into the next upside key levels. Again, from the recent pivot low here, which is not the monthly low, but the recent pivot low, our primary target would be 25.1575. So basically, we could be looking at expansion ahead, but until then, you got to be patient because inside this range doesn't really offer a whole lot of edge. All right, let's take a look at the crude oil chart. The previous session was quite a sell-off here. We had a two-tick higher high failure, and then price pushed through the previous low, reaching 48.30s, which is right into the March 15th FOMC key level. Price currently holding below the midpoint of the previous session and also just below the low from 2 sessions ago. Now, I did mention that pullbacks here have been buying opportunities. We've seen some rotation here that has offered another opportunity to buy and push up. Remember, the next pivot high is 52, although we do have a downward sloping trend line that comes into play across recent highs. So this line right up here, we're coming right into it, and we saw some selling pressure off of it. We also have this type of channel behavior. So we could see eventually a rotation that leads us back to value, composite value at 45.66. But until then, we may see a little bit more development at these highs first. It doesn't just happen in one day. Sometimes it takes a little while before this thing actually turns around. So we'll see how it plays out up here. But the next pullback in the 47.65, 47.50 could still be a buying opportunity in the short term for bulls seeking 52s. All right, on the intraday basis for the CL, what you'll notice here is we have some nice little boundaries here, nice little area of support at 49s, upward sloping VWAP, double distribution type of day today, where you have this action here, then a break up, and then this action here, LVN right here. So overall, that behavior right there gives you at least a little bit of understanding of who's positioned where. You're going to have bulls that are going to come in and defend 48.90 for a shot at higher prices. Failure to hold this level will open up a retest of lows. So that's kind of the way that we'll play CL here heading into the session. Let's take a look at the NQ. NQ, the big squeeze yesterday on Apple News, I believe. If we look at the higher time frame, you can see here price holding back above the 59.30s. That's been the level to watch. 59.30, 59.27. You also have the FOMC key level here. That's 59.4275, and that price, when offered, and is now coming back and is being defended. So again, this is an iffy zone right here. It looks like the beginning of what could be a little bit of a pullback, but overall the market's been so bullish that if this thing starts to push above 59.50, you're going to start seeing some stops, upside buy stops targeted after these bears try to come in and create a top. So right now, still got to watch the key level here. That's the important one. I mentioned to our traders yesterday that if this was going to go lower, you wanted to see if price could close below 59s, and instead we got that late day push higher on the news, and now we're holding up here. So got to watch another day to see if this thing starts to show signs of further strength through 59.50, or if we start to see rejection at that point, which points to lower prices. So that's something to watch out for here today. All right, that's it for now. Let's see how it plays out the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll talk to you soon.